We've just experienced a men's singles between Anand Pawar and Flemming Kwak. Anand Pawar ended up winning that match.
Ladies and gentlemen,
26-24,
we have another
21-15.
Please welcome from Ireland, Scott Evans.
And now they're preparing for the third match of the day here on court number 2. Another men's singles match. That's to play between Scott Evans of Ireland and Ville of Finland. Scott Evans in the yellow shirt, Ville in the red and black. Scott Evans features in the Danish Badminton Liga for Gentofte. He's been playing club badminton in Denmark for quite a few years. So it's not unfamiliar for him being here in Denmark, playing here. And now down in the mixed zones, Marie-Louise Albers is ready with the winner of the match we just experienced, Anand Pawar from India.
Hi Anand, you just won your first match here at the Yonex Denmark Open playing against a young Dane. How do you see the match?
I think it was quite, I would say it was a 50-50 match because Flemming has been playing with me for the last 5 years in Aarhus, and I think we both know each other's game inside out, so it's always going to be tricky when you go into a match with someone you've been training with for over 5 years. But I guess I think towards the end of the first game, I think I was a bit more lucky to win that, and then in the second game I found my rhythm, so it made it much more easier.
What was the big difference that you won that first game?
I think I was just lucky to win that because I was down game point in the first game. I had a good lead in the first, I think it was 17-15, and then I broke a string, and then things just changed into his favor by then, but yeah, I'm quite happy that I won, so it's okay.
What are your expectations further on now for the tournament?
I have to play a German guy, Dieter Domke, so that's going to be a tricky one as well because he's a big guy and quite aggressive, so I think the next target would be to win that and qualify for the main round tomorrow.
How do you see your chances?
I think I've been playing well, so I have a good chance, but it just depends on how I play this evening. So.
Just the last question, because normally you used to live and play in Denmark, but now you live in India and now you're back for the first time since you moved. How does that feel?
Actually quite exciting. I was excited to come back to Denmark because I quit after the last season, so I went home in February, so I haven't been in Denmark since. And towards this time of the year, I think for the last 5 or 6 years, I've always been in Aarhus or somewhere in Denmark, so it's been quite nice to be back again. So I'm quite happy to be here in Denmark.
Good luck with the next match.
Interesting comment, reaction from Pawar, who's on to meet Dieter Domke in the next round. Now back to court number 2. Ville against Scott Evans. First point has been played. Went to Ville. Ville is ranked 39 in the world. Scott Evans ranks as number 49. Both of these gentlemen has just competed in the London Grand Prix Gold 2013 tournament. They both lost in the round of 16. Both of these gentlemen are right in the what's the word for that? In the intersection between the best Europeans and the best players in general who compete and do well in the super serious levels. Both Scott Evans and Ville can go far in the European Challenger tournaments, but just can't seem to go that far in the super serious levels. That was an interesting rally right there, actually. Ville being on top, trying to finish it off with a trick shot from the net. Completely fooled Scott Evans, but unfortunately for Ville, it went out behind the back line for an Irish point. Some of the best recent results for Ville is the White Knights 2013 in the summer. Then he finished as runners-up at the Denmark International back in May, where he lost the final to Victor Axelsen. And we reached the first interval here. This third match, court number 2. Scott Evans leads 11-5. None of the players are being coached. They're just at it again within seconds. None of them really needed that, looked like. Great attacking play there from Scott Evans. And if you out there are thinking that Ville looks like a player who doesn't really want to play, who doesn't really care how the rally ends up, if he wins or loses, that's just how he rolls. That's his attitude. It doesn't necessarily imply that he doesn't care. I can assure you he does care. Try to catch that one between his legs, Scott Evans. He's maintaining his lead, Scott Evans. Oh, that's a good one right there. Just stayed inside the lines. Great pressure. Some of you may be remembering Ville from some of the matches that he's played against Victor Axelsen throughout the past few years. Back when Victor Axelsen was competing primarily in the European circuit. They had a very memorable match in, I think it was Stockholm. Very dramatic, very intense. Victor ended up as the winner of that match. And when he did so, he just rushed up to the net, ripped his t-shirt off. Looked really frightening, really intense. That's the kind of matches that Ville features in sometimes. Although it doesn't quite look like this match is one of those matches. He's now tailing 19-11. Now 20-11. Two handful of game points for Scott Evans. And he gets the first one. 21-11. Still no coaching. Looks quite calm. However, still quite focused. Scott Evans, I think you know what needs to be done in order to pull home the victory in the second game.
Ladies and gentlemen, and now on court number 3, in women's singles, please welcome Mia Blichfeldt from Denmark and Iben Bersling, Denmark.
He's already on the court.
The umpire is Christian Hilder,
Waiting
and the service judge is
for
Ville,
Ville, who seems to be taking his time. And we're off with this second game here. Let's see how Ville responds to the defeat he had, the defeat he suffered in the first game. Great trick shot there by Scott Evans. Caught the Finland player totally off guard there. He was already rushing forward. Way behind the back line there. He should be careful not to get too far behind. Great net play there from the Irish badminton player. While Ville might seem to be very relaxed about this, Scott Evans is certainly not. Seems very eager to win this match as fast as possible. Not wasting any rallies. Not taking any unnecessary chances there, Scott Evans. Just gently pushing it onto Ville's half of the court. Great long liner there. Gets him the lead, 11-4 at the interval. Ville looks frustrated. Once again, back on court before his Finland opponent.
Ladies and gentlemen, now on court 4 in the women's singles event. Please welcome from Russia, Anastasia Sikova, and she is up against from Denmark, Natalie Koch-Corona. The umpire is Henrik Roos. The service judge is Ida Stamos.
He has certainly won the net there, Scott Evans. Just outside the line there. Nothing seems to be working for Ville at the moment. Scott Evans just pushing on towards victory. He knows that in this phase, if you let him into the match, Ville certainly is a tricky opponent. Can't play too many loose balls here. And he's not even trying anymore, Ville. He's already lost the match, it seems. Just has to get it over with. $15 match points for Scott Evans. Doesn't take the first one. But Dingy has 14 left. Well, this is it, Ville Long. Just 13 more to go. That wasn't even just a bit out, that was far out. Yeah, that's 3 in a row for the Finland player. That's it. That's all. That was a quick game. A quick match, actually. Scott Evans wins this match 21-11, 21-8. Scott Evans is off to meet Raul Must from Spain here in the next round. Raul Must defeated the 4th seed Surab Varma from India. A bit surprising, actually. What's also surprising is the fact that Scott Evans won this match so easily. I think if you ask him, he wouldn't have expected it beforehand.
Ladies and gentlemen, on court 2, women's singles. Please welcome from the Czech Republic, Zuzana Pavlikova, and she is up against Camilla Martins from Denmark. The umpire for the game is Jesper H. Larsen. And the service judge for me